Hi everyone. As recruitment consultants, we're often asked how you can make your CV better and stand out from the crowd. So we put together a little Q&A video which hopefully answers a lot of your questions you might have. As long as it needs to be within reason. You always hear that your CV needs to be no longer than 2 pages, but in all honesty, that's an absolute myth. I think if it's relevant, if it's good, if it's achievement-led, sharp and snappy, keep it in. The answer is no. You're applying for a finance job, not to be the next top model. I think if you look like Bella Hadid or Brad Pitt, you shouldn't be sending us your CV, you should be sending it to Vogue. It depends who you're sending it to. If you're sending it to a recruiter, then no. There's no reason to do that. We should be spending a good amount of time on the phone to you, getting to know you and building our own cover letter. So when we send you to clients, we've already done that. On the other hand, if you're sending it to an employer directly, then look, why not? It's only going to enhance your application and be another tick in the box. Personally, I think you should. There's no reason why you shouldn't have everything on there so it paints a good picture of what you've done. I'm not saying you should put every single bullet point about what you did in a job that may have been 15 years ago, but have the company name, the dates and your job title there. It's like trying to write a synopsis for a book that you only started reading halfway through. It's not going to be as good as if you've read the whole thing, and that's our job, is to be able to sell you as well as we can to our clients. Absolutely, you should. Don't be too vague though, and remember that grammar and punctuation is absolutely everything. Interests, including cooking, dogs and interesting people, sounds a lot worse if you don't put commas in. They look for the same as us. We are an extension of our clients, so we want sharp, snappy, achievement-led CVs that clearly define what you've done, what you're about, and why you're relevant for a role. Don't include current reference details. Don't put any photos, logos, and too much detail about your interests, like I said earlier. We don't need to know your kids' ages, their names, what you all get up to, what you do. And remember, they also look for mistakes, and you want to make sure if your CV is going over to us or to an employer directly, scan it so many times for mistakes, because as soon as they see one, that might be the reason why they don't include you in their interview process. Yes, unfortunately we have. References are key for this, so make sure that you're following up with references for your employers, and obviously as an agency we need to do that too. People get caught out. Don't lie, be honest, put where you were, and don't try and pull the wool over anybody's eyes, because it'll only bite you in the end. First thing I notice is a tidy layout, bullet points, not paragraphs. I like to see duties and then achievements underneath it, just because then I can get a good idea of what anyone in that role does, and then specifically why you're good at it and what you've done. Does this benefit me, and am I selling myself properly? If you get your CV and you didn't work in your industry, you didn't work in your role, can you look at it and clearly see that it sells you properly? Your achievements are well written out, and if somebody got it and didn't really understand what you were doing, could they see in layman terms what you've done, why you're good, and how you've achieved something? And your CV needs to be a real selling tool of you. So if it's just factual and doesn't really give too many insights or your achievements, go back and change it.